Can you step out, please?
Step out.
Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing burgundy trimmed with white, weighing 126 pounds. His professional record, 23 victories, 16 by knockout, with 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, here is Derrick "Smoke" Gainer. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green with yellow trim and weighing in also at 126 pounds. An outstanding professional record, 48 victories, 32 by knockout, with only 2 losses, and he has 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flushing, New York, here is the former 2-time world champion, the Flushing Flash, Kevin Kelley.
Good evening, Derrick. You received your rules earlier in the dressing room by the New York State Athletic Commission. Let's have a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you.
Derrick Gainer says that Kelley hit him with a lucky punch. The last time Kelley said he's going to hit him with more lucky punches. One of them is going to be right.
Judge ready here.
2 southpaws in tonight's fight.
Judge ready.
So you don't see the awkwardness of southpaw against conventional fighter. Sometimes it's unusual for southpaws to face each other because southpaws aren't any more accustomed to fighting against southpaws than conventional fighters are. But Kelley and Gainer, of course, have seen each other before.
Gainer's going to have to get sharp and stay sharp for the remainder of the fight. Kelley has got to make sure he stays out of a fight. Keep it a boxing match. He can win a boxing match, but get a knockout.
Well, George, one of your oldest sayings, and one of my favorites from you is, if you have a jab, the sport is easy. Derrick Gainer, with his superior reach, ought to be able to keep Kevin Kelley at the end of his jab if he can make it work from the beginning.
He's doing a fine job. He's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring right now. Keeps his back against the ropes. That's when the problems start to explode up. Stay in the middle of the ring.
And don't let Kelley onto the inside. Trainer Alton Merkerson told us that Gainer would not make the mistake he made last time of getting into a toe-to-toe war with Kelley.
Kelley should keep Gainer's back against those ropes. He can win the fight easily. Gainer does not like punching against the ropes.
Gainer has the build of a featherweight Tommy Hearns, big shoulders, very thin waist, very strong, but also vulnerable, as Tommy Hearns was.
And he's been transformed. He is a puncher now. Earlier in his career, Larry, he was a slapper, not a puncher. It took Derrick a long time to learn to settle down on his punches, turn them over, and put some authority into his game.
He had to find out how to fight his own way, not Roy Jones's way.
Stop pulling down your head now.
Arthur McCanty Jr. warning Gainer against holding Kelley behind the head. Two fighters who were starched dry yesterday when they weighed in at 126. Kevin Kelley's had trouble as he's aged, making the 126-pound limit. This week, his trainer, Phil Borgia, insists he weighed 126 by Tuesday, which gave him 3 extra days to get comfortable at the weight and then come back up for fight time.
Yeah, but adding 14 and 16 pounds, you're talking about featherweights adding 12, 13% at their body weight.
A knockdown scored by Gainer against Kelley.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Looked more like a slip than a knockdown from here, but we'll take a look back at the replay.
Gainer's got to be careful, thinking that was a knockdown.
So a knockdown for Gainer in the first round. It had been a tactical round up to that moment.
Joe, water. Joe, the
water.
And immediately Al Gavin goes to work with the inswell on Kevin Kelley's eyes. You've seen the problems he's had in the past, particularly with the right eye.
Put the jab. You hear me? You need the jab to work. Don't look too low. The U's got to be there, and it's there. Okay? So what are we saying the whole time of training? This don't matter up here. We'll get there.
Here's a replay.
Well, let's see if we can find a knockdown here.
Well, it hit him on the shoulder. It certainly was not a knockdown. That is not a knockdown. Came in off balance.
You'll find it.
But referee Arthur McCanty Jr. giving Gainer credit for a knockdown of Kelley there at the end of the first round. And that ensures that Gainer will have won the round. Otherwise, it was an iffy call.
I made it a 10-9 round for Gainer. It is an official knockdown, but and so he has to get the round. But ordinarily, that would be a 10-8 round if it was a legitimate knockdown.
And you saw that Harold Letterman scored at 10-8, so obviously Harold has judged that to be a legitimate knockdown. We'll talk more to him about his card as the fight goes on.
Kelley thus far is doing a good job of keeping his left hand up, making sure that nothing sneaks in.
No mention of the knockdown between rounds in Kevin Kelley's corner, where the greater concentration was on getting Al Gavin set up to go to work on Kevin's eye and try to do preventive maintenance there.
Kelley was able to throw a good straight left to the body. Gainer's better understand that knockdown he had in the last fight was an accumulation of a lot of punches, not just one shot. You don't want him getting hit in the body too early.
In his fights since the Kelley fight, Gainer has been much more positive than he is now. He is fighting a much more careful fight than we've seen him in his recent fights.
Hard left hand over the top by Gainer. Little right uppercut as Kevin Kelley was coming back up. Gainer able to be the aggressor when they stand in the middle of the ring like this. When they get closer to the ropes, the roles reverse and Kelley becomes the aggressor.
I hope Kelley's trying to think of something to combat what Gainer is doing, because he himself isn't doing anything at the moment.
Well, Kevin had some very low punch outputs in 3 or 4 of the rounds in Jacksonville against Gainer, and he's going to have a very low punch output in this round.
Yeah, the problem is once you've knocked the guy out, you pretty much think in your mind, I can knock him out a little earlier, and you don't go back to the rule of getting those points in the bank, then trying for the knockout in the scheme of things. Kelley is using his left foot as the pivot. You notice he keeps it planted, hardly picks it up. Gainer is able to land good shots. You don't want to pivot too much now.
So far, Kevin has only been able to throw one punch at a time, much less land combinations. Gainer is using superior movement to manage the ring effectively against Kelley.
Time. Keep it clean now, that's it.
And Roy Jones is serious enough about his fight with Lou Del Valle tonight that he has foregone his occasional custom of sitting at ringside and rooting for Gainer while Gainer fights. Tonight, Roy spending the extra time in the dressing room to get ready for Del Valle and to try to produce another performance similar to the one he showed us against Virgil Hill in April, against Montel Griffin last summer. Both of those sensational victories for
Everything we've been
Roy.
working on. Where is that? I need that speed. Okay? You want to do it your way, I'll adjust to your way. But you want to do it our way, we'll be out of here. Then do it our way, and we'll be out of here. Jab.
When you move to your left or right,
That grease off, all right?
now put it on a little lighter. Okay? When you come out of, when you come around the side, left or right, don't move out too far. You got it.
Up it up, uppercut, come back with another hook.
Kevin Kelley only threw 20 punches in the second round. He's only thrown 46 in the first 2 rounds. 46 in 1 round is not a particularly good output for a featherweight. Kevin needs to be throwing more punches.
As you get older and you put on that weight as Kelley is doing it, plans for knockout. Trying to win things on points kind of go out of your mind. You should get back to the basics, land some punches.
So just as was the case 2 years ago, Kevin Kelley finding Derrick Gainer a tough puzzle to solve in the early rounds.
But Gainer stand on the rope, which is what Kelley should want him to do. Stay on the rope.
Yeah, but George, Gainer wants to win this fight so badly that he's making an ugly fight out of it.
It's ugly right now, but there's some power in those kitchen tables. I tell you, on the kitchen table there.
You know, this is the old saying of, you know, stink him out and then try to knock him out.
He really has a lot of respect for Kelley. You knock a guy down, you just don't fools rush in.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to rush in to make a fight out of it. I mean, this is just...
Well, he doesn't have to make a fight out of it to win it. And I think that's the point you were making at the beginning, Larry, when you said he wants it so badly. He's willing to win ugly, if that's what it takes. Right now, that's what he's doing.
Sometimes you can demonstrate your power in other places. This may not be a place to demonstrate it with this Kevin Kelley, because he is clever and he knows how to land that straight right hand.
And the big left.
And that great big left.
Yeah, particularly if you give him a counter shot opportunity, as Gainer did the last time around.
He will switch from their southpaw position and get you.
Kevin has been known to go to a conventional stance.
That's the kind of fight that Kelley wants. Keep this thing up against the rope, landing punches and making Gainer hold on.
And throw combinations when you get him against the ropes, not just one punch at a time.
Throw as many as you can.
Is Kelley's right eye beginning to redden already?
Already, it's starting to red just a little bit. But a lot of it has to do with Gainer pushing him off with the sides of his gloves.
Chronic affliction for Kevin Kelley.
Kelley effective with his jab now.
Kevin reaching a little bit with the jab. Gainer firing his own jab as he backs up, maintains distance between himself and Kelley. Good fight plan for Gainer, albeit not an entertaining one.
Break! Step back. Time. Stop holding.
Yawn.
Okay? Okay. He's set for it. You're trying to land one shot. You put him together, man, you go touch him a little bit more. Quit singling your shots out. You're doing good. Be a little more authoritative with your jab. Don't be so defensive with it pulling back. Just keep it in his face. Right. You can touch him more with it. Double it up and triple it up sometimes. They ain't got to be hard. You understand? But just keep that jab working. Keep giving them angles. He'll make a mistake and you can catch him with some strong shots. Okay.
How you been doing things? Right here. What did you compliment me on in the gym? How you got me thinking, we got you thinking, right? Then do it. This our town. He shouldn't even be in this damn office. Let's open him up, right? You're the man, bro. You hear me? You are the man. Take the bucket, Joe.
We've told you in the past about the intensely close relationship between Kelley and his trainer, Phil Borgia. They are like family to one another. In fact, a couple months from now, Kevin is moving to Las Vegas, and Borgia's moving to Las Vegas with him. Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored through 3?
Jim, I got it 3-0, 30-26. Derrick Smoke Gainer. Jim, I got to tell you something. It's not a bad fight. I mean, this is good ring generalship on this kid's part. You don't stand in front of the puncher, and Derrick Gainer's moving. And every time he goes to his right, okay, every time he goes to his left, pardon me, Kevin can't hit him because Kevin can't cross over with that left hand. Kevin's trying to smack him with the left hand, and he can't catch Derrick Gainer as long as Derrick Gainer goes to the left. Then Derrick keeps him off balance by going back to the right.
It's a stinking fight, Harold.
Kelley able to get Gainer still against the ropes here.
Nothing happens as long as Kelley keeps him against the rope. Gainer's a fighter that needs a little room.
Gainer able to land one uppercut in retaliation there, but Sure enough, the longer Gainer stands against the ropes, the more Kelley lands.
Kelley is able to take just a little sting off his punches and throw more. The fight can be a lot easier. Keeps his left hand up, which is good and safe. Kelley is doing.
Derrick Gainer's nickname on his trunks, Smoke.
Let go of that head now.
The old saying, of course, where there's smoke, there's fire.
We haven't seen a lot of fire
Not tonight.
from either fighter.
Tonight, where there's smoke, there's smoke.
Kelley started to switch it a little bit.
Watch that backhand.
Good little left hand in there by Kevin Kelley. One of the better punches he's landed.
Fight may not be as exciting to Kelley, but when he keeps Gainer on the rope, takes the fight completely out of it.
Gainer landing as the round comes to a close. And a moment of excitement there. But all in all, the kind of fight in which a promo will be welcome relief. He's arguably the greatest American athlete of the 20th century. Maybe no other figure in sport transcended his own game to the degree to which Babe Ruth did. So what was it about the Bambino that so captured America's imagination? Why to this day is his spirit and memory still so much alive? On August 16, the 50th anniversary of Babe Ruth's death, HBO Sports premieres the next edition of Sports of the 20th Century. We proudly present Babe Ruth.
Uppercuts, Mark. He's coming for it. All right? Yeah. All right. Set him up for it. He's coming for it. Then come back with the hook.
On the inside, I want you to work. I don't want you sitting in there. Okay. Okay? Take a deep breath. Okay, let's go. You gotta be busy on the inside.
Round 5 of a scheduled 10. Non-title fight, 10 rounds.
This fight has brought the crowd to its collective tush, not its feet.
It's like jazz. You gotta love boxing to understand a fight like this. Gotta love music to understand jazz.
You're right about that, George.
Now, Kelley should be advised. He should not step backward from this Gainer. You give him a little room and he's gonna get you. Stay close to him. One step backwards, as Kelley is doing, he's having to pay for it every time.
Straight left hand landed for Gainer. Little right uppercut landed as well.
Good body punch by Gainer.
Now it's an easy fight for Kelley if he just keeps this guy on the ropes.
Body punches by Kelley. Good body punches, that's right.
You notice his punches are real effective if he takes the power off them.
Another straight left and right uppercut combination for Gainer. Gainer starting to find something with the straight left hand and the right uppercut coming back. Now Kelley gets him against the ropes and goes to work again.
As soon as he steps back, Kelley, Gainer makes him pay for it. Can't step away from Gainer.
I think those body punches, George, may have made him step away.
No, it's just a tactic. Whenever Kelley gets him up against the ropes, land a few shots, he steps back. don't want to step away from her punches. Step forward, keep his punches, keep his hands to his chest. Especially a long, tall puncher. Good left jab by, right jab by Kelley.
And the crowd beginning to work up a Kevin Kelley chant here. A lot of speculation tonight. Would this be a Kelley crowd? Would it be a Duvall crowd? Or will it be a Roy Jones crowd? We'll find out more as the evening goes on.
Your inside work, under no circumstance do I want you to sit there and not punch. You understand? Anytime you get on the inside, I want you to be on top. Here, spit on here. I want you to, here, spit. Here.
Listen, you're doing some nice stuff. Maybe we got two, but we need to get busy, bro. When you put the pressure on him, what was that crap you did over there? What the? That crap where you stepped to the side and walked into his punch. What is that shit about? Okay. When you jab, everything happens. Are you going to do it? You picked it up that round.
No, sixth round. Sixth round.
Increase. This is the 6th round.
Round 6 of a scheduled 10. In the 5th round, Kelley threw 42 punches. That's one of his more active rounds so far. In past fights, he's averaged 60 punch outputs per round, but it's awfully hard to generate that much activity against a moving Derrick Gainer. And Gainer, because he moves so much, doesn't produce as many punches himself either. He threw 41 in the 5th round, averaging 36 per round in this fight.
Kelley's corner told him to get up with the jab. When you're using your jab, you're a better fighter, and he seems to be doing it. Jabbing with his right hand a little bit more.
Hard left hand lands for Gainer. And every time Gainer throws that straight left hand over the top, he's targeting Kevin Kelley's sensitive right eye.
And not only as much, he's waiting to Kevin Kelley makes one step backwards to do it. Whenever the motion is forward, he never tries it. Gainer's a smart fighter. If this is his chance, he should be a little more reckless. You want to win a fight like this.
It's not only winning this fight, George, but getting future fights. How many guys are going to want to fight a fighter who moves around like this?
All you got to do is have Roy Jones as your measuring stick.
Kelley with a chance up against the ropes, lands a couple shots, gets the crowd involved, thinks about switching to a conventional stance, and then Gainer's gone. Boom.
Yeah, it's not a promoter's dream to have a fighter winning by jumping and running like that. Put him in with a title shot.
Seconds in round 6 of a fight that's moving in fits and starts, but mostly moving according to the rhythm established by Derrick Gainer.
I think Gainer's doing real good now because Kevin Kelley is starting to drop his right hand a little bit. Wearing it low, that's what you want when you have a good left hook like Gainer. A right hook like Gainer, in fact.
Other possibility that Kevin may be trying to tempt Derrick Gainer to throw more long left hands, but they've been working well for Gainer. Still to come, Gainer's star stablemate Roy Jones against that man, Lou DeVal of the Bronx. Born and raised in Queens, moved to the Bronx as a teenager. And when DeVal's sister Melissa met Roy Jones, she interceded on behalf of Lou to get Lou a chance to spar with Roy Jones. It happened in 1995 in Pensacola when Jones was getting ready to fight Antoine Bird. It's a given in boxing that when two fighters have sparred against one another, they'll have dramatically different versions of what happened. And of course, that's the case here. Jones says it wasn't anything. DeVal says, I got to him a few times. We'll find out more later on tonight. That's the home movie footage of Lou DeVal on the left, sparring with Roy Jones back in 1995. Tonight, it's for real.
Yeah, Roy met DeVal's sister on the basketball court. She was playing for a junior college in Pensacola.
She played for Pensacola Junior College before she transferred away to South Alabama. And Roy said that his team, his youth league and pickup team in Pensacola, always plays against the women at the junior college. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 6?
Jim, I'll tell you, I got it 6-0, 60-53. Derrick Smoke Gainer. Jim, even when Kevin Kelley lands a punch, he doesn't follow up. It's always one punch at a time, and then either he steps back or Gainer's gone. So, I mean, I just think Smoke's out punching him. About the knockdown in the first round, if you go down on the end of a clean punch, Jim, and it was a clean right hand, the referee's got to call it a knockdown, and the judges should take away a point. Another thing, watch Arthur McCanty. He doesn't like Smoke Gainer backhanding Kevin Kelley all night, and he's about to take a point if Smoke keeps it up.
Let go of that head.
I have it 4 rounds, 1 for Kelley and 1 even.
I see it about like that too, man.
But the one consistent thread there is that all of you see Gainer in control of the fight on the scorecards, which was exactly the case 2 years ago when Kelley knocked him out in the 8th round.
Kelley is absolutely controlling the fight. Getting caught here and there, but he's in control of the fight.
Kelley is, George?
Yeah, he's not. He's the one that's making the fight. He's jabbing. He's throwing his jab when nothing else is happening. He's
pushing now, Derrick.
Weaving to get closer.
He's trying to make the fight.
That's right. That's it.
If that's what you mean, yes. But Gainer isn't letting him.
I like all those little things Kelley is doing. Staying active inside, reaches up every now and then to the head.
Watch your head.
Yeah, but I don't think those are the kinds of things, George, that are going to get judges to give him rounds.
If I'm a judge, I can see more. Sometimes if you're real objective, I can see 2 rounds or more going to Kelley. Those little shots like that no one's paying much attention to are whoa!
Those shots mean something.
Those are the shots that really mean something.
Kelley switches to a conventional stance for a moment, but Gainer was ripping him with left crosses.
Now, this is a better conditioned Derrick Gainer, I believe, also, George, than he was in the first fight.
He swears that he did not run at all before the first fight. That's a real knockdown.
Yep.
That's the Garden variety right there. Accumulation of punishment.
7, 8.
There's a left uppercut.
Come on.
And if Kelley needed something of a wake-up call, he's got it now.
Here he is.
Kevin looks like he wants out.
He's taken a long time to get himself back going. I don't know whether he was buying time or not, but walking around with the mouthpiece out of his mouth,
that's what you do. You buy time.
He did it.
He looked like he wanted out, saved a few seconds.
Put the water on his head.
He still is in it.
Relax. Relax. Give me that towel, John. Give me that towel, please. Hello? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Look at me. Why are you doing this, bro? Why are you doing this? Huh? Why are you doing that, man?
Take a look. A right followed by a left. Kelley walked right into the punch. As he has gotten older, Kelley has been more vulnerable, been knocked down half a dozen times in the last couple of years, much more than any time previous to that.
So here comes the 8th round. And it was in the 8th round that Kevin Kelley knocked Derrick Gainer out 2 years ago in Florida. Can Gainer turn the tables tonight? I'm just not sure Kelley has a chin left after all the punishment he's taken in the last couple of years.
Well, that's what they call a shot fighter. No juice left. In the past, he's always bounced back from this sort of adversity. Can he now, at the age of 31, do the same?
31? Man, that's baby talk.
For a featherweight,
has nothing to do with the age.
Not for a guy who has to make weight every time, George. These guys have to make weight, and they starch and stretch their bodies to do it. It's different than you.
31 is a baby. Forget it, guys.
All right. We know where you're coming from.
And I'm no different from anyone else. Now, Kelley.
More trouble for Kelley as Gainer has landed a left uppercut. Gainer finding the range with the left hand in the last round and a half.
You can see Gainer thinking, I'm not going to do what I did the last time. I'm not going to go crazy. Right here, you can see that he's content to take the victory. If another opportunity comes to get Kelley, he'll take it, but he's not going to spend himself going after him.
Kelley, all he has to do is get a little closer, start aiming his shots. I think he can really produce that same kind of devastation if he just stays a little closer. Don't step back.
Well, Kevin looks like he's concerned about getting close to Gainer now.
Yeah, he has. He got good for good reasons. That Gainer is a puncher.
He has become a puncher. There was a time in his career when that wouldn't have been possible for him.
Well, I think that's pretty good. A guy knocks you down and then you keep him on the defense. You become the aggressor. And that's what Kelley has done here.
Well, but realistically, Kelley's going to have to get inside George and find a way to knock Derrick Gainer out again.
Yeah.
That's the only way he can win the fight.
He can only do it in an exchange. Catch him in the exchange.
Well, he's got to get inside to create exchanges. More Gainer punishment.
There is now fire where there is smoke.
Kelley must be hoping that Gainer will get confident enough to go ahead and open up and try for the knockout, because that's the chance he'll need.
You promised me something that round. You did it a little bit, baby. Don't waste too much time waiting, okay? Just stay active. You got this guy scared to come in now. Just keep throwing punches. Keep throwing your jab and trapping him up with some good strong shots.
You know what I'm talking about. I got you. It's going to be easy if you listen. Easy if you listen. He tries to load that left hand. Big time. He tries to load that left hand big time.
Good job.
What knocked him out last time?
Watch smoke Gainer's left, straight on the button. And here we see it again. I'm surprised that Kelley stood up to that fight, George, to that punch.
Get the water for me, my friend.
He was down 30 seconds later. Bill Borgia telling Kevin Kelley to watch for Gainer to try to load the left hand. They must be preparing a counter right or hoping for it. Gainer giving every indication here that he won't be trading in these last two rounds. Jabbing and moving. Jabbing and moving with the bout safely in hand, or so it would seem.
He's, at this point in time, he's gotten revenge for the first fight. It's his fight to lose now.
In the last fight, he made Kelley mad. This time, they seem to be friends.
They've spent a lot of time on the phone together.
Touching gloves over and over.
Well, Kevin is such a genuinely nice person. I think it's very hard for him to dislike opponents. He tried to dislike Prince Nassim and couldn't really do it. He found Nassim entertaining, which he is. Gainer gets away as Kelley tried to lure him into a corner.
Now Gainer's starting to be effective with his right jab. That's what you don't want. He ever gets that jab working, he can do that all night.
This is what I thought he'd do in the first round. He showed flashes of it, but he's really moved away from it much of the night, and that's worked well for him too. When he's moving, Kelley can't find him at all.
No doubt about it. But the one thing he's showing after the knockdown and effective punches, he's still running away, so it gives Kelley this confidence, like, I can still knock him out. He's afraid.
Yeah, but confidence is one thing. Opportunities to make contact with the gloves are another.
There you go.
Stop that, Derrick, now.
Kevin Kelley has not landed a single punch in the first 2 minutes of round number 9.
And he just can't get close enough.
That's right. Can't get close enough because Gainer's moving and sticking the jab. And Kevin's right eye is closing again, although by this point, it's probably moot.
Well, Kevin Kelley is 2 years older than the last time, and Smoke Gainer is 2 years better.
Well said.
Now Gainer's playing the counter puncher. Miss me and I'll make you pay. Take this jab in the meantime.
Well, if this continues the way it's been up to this point, it'll put a serious crimp in any Kelley plans to try to seek a Prince Nassim Hamed rematch. And it will certainly start Gainer talking about his desire to fight the Prince.
You got one more. You got it, okay? I want you to keep touching him with that jab. If you make a mistake, you lay that dude right left hand on him. He coming. It's the last round. They probably go put him on you. Look, if he run, throw that left uppercut and left right hook. You understand?
You understand me? You are a world champion. You work off white and you let rock go.
The last round?
This is it, kid.
Last round, champ.
This is it.
We touch it up. We want you.
Do you got me? Yeah, baby. Deep breath. Chill.
Got plenty. Touch it up. Who wants it? Okay, hit and don't get hit, baby. Get hit. Now, you know hit and don't get hit. Give me some. You know that. Give it up, baby. No.
When you start doing this,
Come on, man. Let's go.
Kelley asked and was told, yes, it is the last round. They hug before the start of the 10th round.
Nah, this should not have been for Kelley. Made friends too soon.
Well, as you pointed out earlier, Jim, the Yankees and the Mets won today, but right now it looks like Pensacola won, New York nothing.
With yet another Pensacola-New York matchup to follow.
Yep.
A doubleheader in the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Kelley just has not had the hunger. Didn't come out there hungry tonight.
And Larry suggested earlier, George, not on the telecast, but we were talking privately, that he thinks deep in his heart Kevin Kelley is headed toward that next career. Maybe as a ringside commentator, the kid loves to talk and talks so well about the sport. And that moving to Las Vegas, which he's planning to do, may help to facilitate that.
A great old football player, Norm Van Brocklin, once told me that when you start to think about retirement, you are retired. Moving to Las Vegas, talking about his next career, and Derrick Gainer is hurrying him toward that goal.
I don't think Gainer's done a whole lot. Kelley just has not done anything.
He never found a way to get inside. He never found a way to make contact anywhere other than on the ropes when Gainer stood there and allowed him to do so. Kevin just has not been able to best Derrick Gainer in any area.
Break. Step back.
We don't know if this is the last chapter of the Kevin Kelley story. We've seen too many comebacks, too many strange things happen in boxing to say so, but it certainly is at least one of the last chapters in what has been an outstanding 10-year professional career.
And after 6 consecutive knockout wins, Derrick Gainer heads toward what will probably be a win of a different sort, the kind that was more typical of his earlier career. But as Larry pointed out in the early rounds, it was abundantly clear that Gainer didn't care much how the fight looked. He only cared who won. A couple of good guys who clearly have learned to get along with each other in the 2 years since first they fought.
Good guys, but Larry said it was not a good fight.
Now we'll see something different in the next fight. Final scorecard from Harold Letterman. Was it a shutout, Harold?
Jim, I tell you, I don't think Derrick Gainer did much at all in that last round. I gave it to Kevin Kelley. I thought the few punches that were landed, Kevin landed. They got a 99-89, 9 rounds to 1. Derrick smoked Gainer. I mean, as I saw it, Kevin just never jumped on him. He wasn't motivated. George called it hunger, I think. I mean, you know, you got to be motivated. You get inside, jump on him, land some shots. Kevin would get inside, throw one punch, and stop. To me, Derrick Gainer completely outboxed him. Good movement by Derrick Gainer. Good punching. I thought he scored 2 clean knockdowns. What can you say? It's all Derrick smoked Gainer.
And let's take a look at what could be critical if any of the scoring is close. The 2 knockdowns in the fight. Round 1, Larry Merchant didn't think this was a knockdown. Harold Letterman says that it is. I think it's a pretty tough call either way. Round 7, this is most definitely a knockdown. Good scooping left hand coming up and under from Derrick Gainer, and that followed a series of other left hands which had put Kelley less in touch with his senses than he wanted to be.
You think now this victory is?
I got 50 before 4 fights. I got 54 4 fights. Thank God, baby. No, smoke strong. I'm 24 years old. I'm 31 years old. Number 1 in the world. You're our man. Yes, good to go, baby.
Gainer waiting expectantly, and hopefully you see the tears from the young man who says that his loss to Kelley 2 years ago cost him sleep for the entire 2-year period, and he said that wouldn't stop until tonight. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. Luis Rivera scores the belt 96-94. Joe Dwyer has it 96-93, and Don Ackerman scores it 96-92 for the winner by unanimous decision, Derrick "Smoke" Gainer.
Pretty lousy fight. Only 57 punches from the 2 fighters in the last round, as it was not exactly a rousing show closer. But an easy win for Derrick Gainer. The official score is much closer than that of Harold Letterman.
Kevin Kelley from
And Kevin Kelley will get a nice round of applause from his supporters and the audience. We'll take a look at final punch stat numbers from a non-artistic battle won by Gainer. 102 punches landed by Gainer, 80 punches landed by Kelley. That's an average of only 18 punches landed per round. Not pretty. Out of a total of 673 punches thrown in the fight. Very low connect percentages. Jabs. Well, you know, I mean, what can you say? They landed a total of 63 jabs in the fight. 17%. That means they were missing 83% of the time. It wasn't pretty. Let's go to Larry Merchant.
Hey, look, hey, I'm swole. What's up?
All right, thank you very much, Jim. Derrick, congratulations. Will you be able to sleep now after 2 years of tossing and turning over the first fight with Kevin?
Yes, first of all, I thank my Lord, Savior Jesus Christ, give me strength to do what I do. I'm glad it's finally over. Kevin Kelley was a great champion. I felt like I could have took him out, but I didn't want to take a chance and get caught with another shot. So now I can sleep a little bit.
Thank you very much, Derrick. Kevin, it wasn't there tonight. Will we see you in the ring again?
Yeah, of course. You know, like I said, I was contemplating more year of boxing. Pretty much, I told my wife, I said, I got 53 pro fights. I got a lot of fights, a lot of wars. Had a good one with Derrick. It was a good fight with Derrick. I got to go home and watch the tape and see exactly what I did wrong and right. He's a hell of a fighter. Everybody has their Frazier Ali, and I think me and him have been Frazier Ali. We lived in the 90s, and I think he's a hell of a fighter. He's young, and he's got a lot of experience.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Jim?
Just spit it right in there. Don't worry about it. Drop your hands. Be sharp. Change your angle. Give him that, hey, come on. And snap your punch.
So you saw the